Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm getting ready for work. I have like 1 hour to get ready for work, and I wanted to make a quick video. I will just be getting ready while I talk, and I hope I don't get distracted. First of all, I wanted to talk about how I balance motherhood and my career as a full-time working mom. It's actually very difficult. Let me start with that. Let's say you're here and you want to hear it. Is it difficult? Is it easy? It is difficult, but you know, that's life, right? Things are difficult. All you have to do is to persevere and push forward. Anyways, this is my moisturizer. Then I'm going in with my sunscreen. I always use sunscreen. It's winter, but I still use it. Anyway, a little backstory. If you are following me here, you would know that I am a realtor and a full-time property manager here in Edmonton, Canada. And I have been practicing for over 2 years now and counting. And before I actually got my license, I was a pretty busy mom. I had my license in healthcare aid, and I recently moved to Canada. That's 4 years ago. I got my license in healthcare aid and I started working, and I got pregnant. And because of the kind of job I do, where we lift people, my sector was disability studies. I took care of people living with disability, so we had to do a lot of lifting and all that. Because I was pregnant and I had kids, I couldn't continue with it. Although I loved to do that, I love to take care of people. And why I actually love to do that is because I grew up with my grandma, and we were all taking care of her until she died at 106 years old. Yeah, it's kind of like something I love to do, talking to older people, elderly people, seniors, and taking care of them. I didn't have an issue with that until I got pregnant, and I had my baby, and it was difficult to work. I lost all those zeal to work. All I wanted to do was just stay home and be with my baby. But the funny thing about career and motherhood and balancing it all is that sometimes when you want something and then you finally get it, then you start missing the other thing. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to give you an example. While I was working and all that, I was like, you know what? I love that I'm working and all that, but I really want to have a kid and start growing my family. And I did. And when I did, it was pretty tough because I didn't have the family members here in Canada to help me out. So I did it all alone with my husband. My husband was working at the time. He was working some shift jobs. He will leave, and then I'll be home with the kids. Sometimes I'll cry. I'll be like, why am I, like, what is this? I know I said I loved motherhood and I love being the mom, but why am I feeling this kind of way? I'm feeling trapped. I look at social media, I see people, working women doing lots of stuff, and then I got really mad. I was like, you know what? I want to go back to working. I think I find more joy in doing that. And but because of family schedule and everything, it was pretty hard to go back to that kind of job because I was doing my shift job. I would come back by 12 a.m. at night, so it was pretty difficult to continue doing that kind of job because my husband was a real estate agent. So every single day I'm listening to conversations about real estate. And I got interested. I was like, since he wants to open a business in real estate, a real estate brokerage, why not get your license, and then you're flexible, you can actually work and also take care of your kids. It's kind of like a win-win, right? And then I got my license. It wasn't easy getting my license. I think I failed the exam like twice. That's strange because I actually studied law back home in Nigeria, and I would say that the courses I did in my law degree, my call to my law school and all that were pretty difficult to be compared with this ones, but I still feel because I didn't have time to study. I was taking care of my kid, my 2 kids actually, because I had another baby. Anyways, I'm actually driving at somewhere on how I'm managing myself and balancing myself. Just bear with me, please. I got my license and I started working, and it was good. It was badass. corporate work. I showed houses, and he manages one of the show homes for one of the builders here in Edmonton, and I run one of the show homes, so I'm actually constantly there. And it was good while it still lasted. I wanted to say why it lasted, but it still lasted. But then I'm tired. I'm tired, not really tired of being the work and everything. I'm just tired of like that phase of my life. I want to stay home. And it's crazy because when I was staying home, I was the one that said, no, I don't want to stay home anymore. I want to start working. The point I'm trying to make is you can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, you know what, I'm going to work and stay home. No, you have to choose one. You have to choose your own poison. As a mom, you have to choose if you are going to work, whether full-time or whether, whatever. I'm using this foundation actually for my eyebrow. I don't usually do lots of makeup. I'm doing makeup today because I also want to shoot a work video. That's why I'm doing this. Anyways, you have to choose your own poison. You have to choose if you're going to actually stay at home with your kids or go to work. And I have experienced both sides, and I would say I don't even know what to choose, because when I'm home, I want to be out. When I'm out, I want to be home. This is what I have to deal with, and you have to choose your own poison. That's it. You have to choose. Now, when you've made that decision of choosing, oh, you know what, I'm going to be a career woman, I'm going to work and not stay home, then sometimes you have the burnouts. And the burnouts come when you're burnt out at work and you come back home and the kids are also being kids. It's pretty hard to balance the both. But this is how I've been doing it, and this is how I've stayed a little bit positive and happy in my home. First, I prioritize and plan ahead. What does that mean? I try as much as possible to plan meals, prioritize what is more important to me. I don't just wake up and say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna make, I don't know, maybe rice, Nigerian jollof rice today, which I know that takes up to an hour to prepare when I'm kind of like not working. This is like my time to reset and prepare for the next day. So I don't go doing all those kind of things. So it stresses me so that before the day I have to go get back to work, I'm stressed and I'm tired. What I do is I plan it. I say on the weekends, I'm going to make soup, I'm going to make rice, I'm going to make salads and all that. And then I bulk cook. So I cook them and stock them in the fridge. Sometimes they last me 1 week. Sometimes they last me more than that. Sometimes they last me less, but at least I know that after Sunday, I don't have to cook on Monday. When I come back from work, I don't have to cook on Tuesday. I don't have to cook on Wednesday. Because when you start doing all those things and you don't plan ahead, you get burnt out. So prioritize and plan. I wrote them down so that I don't lose track. Now, the second thing I said was set boundaries at work and home. What this means is you have to know what time works for you. You tell your boss, listen, I don't think this time works for me because I have to pick up my kids from daycare, because I have to do this and that. It's because you don't set boundaries at work. They call you anytime. They say, oh, there's a shift here, and then you're like, I'll take it. And they call you all the time, and then sometimes you're like, why are you guys calling me? Like, leave me alone. And then you're tired and you're stressed. But when you set boundaries at work, they know these people. I'm not talking about my own job because actually I work for my husband, so I can't say anything bad about work. Oh my god. But let's say when I used to work for my organization, right, they will call you middle of the night when someone is not going to show up, and they kind of like say, are you? And I'm like, don't call me. Set that boundary. Like, after work, no one should communicate with me, no one should call me. This time I am with my kids, I am at home spending quality time with my family, all those things. Always set that boundary at work and at home. And then when you're at home and you have to finish a kind of project or something, you tell your kids, you tell your husband, listen, I have this project I have to finish. I need 1 hour, I need everyone to leave me alone for 1 hour. Let me do this. If you don't set that boundary, when you're doing that walk and the kids are running up and down, especially if you have toddlers or little kids. I have a toddler. My baby I have a 3 and a 2-year-old. So when they're back from daycare, they are everywhere. And because with my type of work, I actually work 24 hours. So it's not like a tenant can call for an emergency and I have to pick up and call the maintenance people and all that. And sometimes I get frustrated. I've had people call me to, I've had other realtors call me so we can put in an offer and talk about a particular house or a particular property. And my kids are like, who is that on the phone? Mommy, who is? And I'm like, just close. And I'm stressed and screaming at everyone in the house, and then it looks like mom is always angry, right? But if you set like a clear, and I've told my kids, I set like a clear boundary, and I told my kids, when mommy's on the phone, leave mommy alone. And then they know. When mommy's on the phone and the little one comes to say, mommy, I need this, the big one says, mommy's on the phone, leave mommy alone. I set that boundary, and now they know that when mommy's on the phone, they don't disturb mom. Please do that, and it's going to actually help you out. Another thing is to build a support system. Oh my god, I cannot overemphasize on this. This video is getting longer than I thought. I'm so sorry, but I have to talk about this. Maybe I'm just going to round up with this point. Build a support system. How will I say this? I'm a very tough person. I'm a very independent person, and sometimes I don't accept help. I don't even want help from anybody. I can do it on my own. When I had my first kid, I was like, hey, we're trying to offer help. Oh, let me come and do this for you, friends. And I'm like, no, everyone should just leave me alone. I'm gonna do this how I want to do it. And I got burnt out. And the funny thing is, when I got burnt out, I began to get mad at everyone. Why is no one actually helping me out? Why am I doing this on my own? And all that. Always ask for help. If you know a friend who is offering to cook for you, don't say, oh no, it's fine, I'm good. Accept it. It's not a sign of weakness that people are trying to help you. It's not a sign of you being a bad mom that you want to take your kids out and eat McDonald's at night. That's another thing. Before, it's home cooked meal, and I cook my food fresh, no freezer, nothing. We cook our food, I warm the food, everyone eats, everyone is happy. But then I get burnt out. Some days when my husband offers and says, you know what, today let's just go out and eat. Before, I used to like, no, it's expensive, don't worry, I'm gonna cook something. And then I'm always complaining that I'm tired and I'm mad at everyone. If your husband or your support system are offering for them to help out, if your support system is offering to help you out, accept it. It's okay, mama, it's okay for you to accept help. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna hold your hands while I say it's okay to accept help from people. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign that, oh, I'm not doing well as a mom and all that. No, it's not. The moment I started accepting help from people, not just people, like family members and people who offer, not like I'm going out to ask people, help me, no. But if someone offers to help me, I accept it. And now I am 10 times happier. Anyways, those are I have another thing I said, but this video is longer than I thought. This is all I'm going to say for now. But these are the ways that you're going to balance motherhood and balance your career as a woman. It's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. But you're doing great, mama. You're doing great. Even if no one tells you that, always tell yourself, I'm a badass. You don't have to wait for people to tell you how wonderful you are. You should know that you are wonderful. So this is me saying, keep doing what you're doing. Your kids are seeing you. Your husband is seeing you. Your partner, they're seeing you. They're seeing all the effort you're putting in, and they're seeing you. So you have to prioritize yourself, balance the career, motherhood. If your mental health is not in order, if you need to take a step back, do it. If you need to go to therapy, do it. If you need to buy new clothes, do it. If you need to buy new makeup, if you need a new haircut, do it, so that you'll be the best version of yourself, because you cannot really pour from an empty cup. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm actually ready for work already. I'm just going to change my top to a more professional top, and I'm going to head out for work. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.